bottom and he's up against like Rubik and Earth Spirit, maybe there's potential for him to die, especially when the Mirana wants to roam around.
With a Magnus against that Mirana Monkey. And Lance level 1 into the arrow can secure a couple of range creeps. That's pretty much how that lane's going to go. As mid lane, oh god, look at that! It's nearly first blood. Tao has gone straight on in there. He's hit level 2 and he's cracked it. Beastmaster turns around with the axes, the boar. Oh shit, that was close. He'll trade back at the very least, but first blood goes to the Viper.
Just playing for the farm, just shoving the lanes out. He had a nice triple stack there on the big camp made by his team.
I've got a roar onto Cap. Arrow and axes are there too. We'll find that takedown as well as also scouting and clearing through some of these stacks, which we've seen a number of times now.
Seconds. Doesn't scale with the cooldown, it's just some damage. But yeah.
When was that? It was like first epicenter when that we're thinking about like 3-4 years ago when that was the the build. Back in the dire jungle, yeah, Monkey King with a Rubik. They will get in here with a Viper and Sexy Fan. It looks like he's gone a bridge too far. They're bound to strike there. He doesn't manage to stay alive against 5 dire heroes who do collapse to defend their jungle. Also causing issues, dragging them around. They are just wasting so much time chasing ghosts in their own jungle. Maybe if they catch this Mirana, it'll be at least a little bit worth it for their supports, but the leaps over to the high ground.
Out.
And now, yeah, exactly.
He wants to. He's just playing with them. He's just like killing their creeps and, you know, creating some chaos. Maybe
as a Wukong's onto the Viper. Tao. What's he done down here as he boots have traveled into the middle of them all?
So happy. Like, this is the freest jug game ever right now, Gary. He has 0 heroes pressuring him.
He is super happy. He's going to have, what, 12.5-minute Battle Fury? They're going to find the Mirana at long last. You know, sitting on lanes, defending mid, defending bot.
I have a feeling he's the one who... Oh, this one?
Yeah, they catch the Earth Spirit. He is absolutely dead.
17 minutes in the game. Tower's still up. That's real bad. I think that's always been BINOMISTAS' problem. I think just the mid-game decision-making, how to take objectives.
Well, this would have been much better, but a good skewer out means Cat has created a bit of a gap, but the Axe's damage takes the Magnus out as the Wukongs does get thrown in there. They lift, drag back the Beastmaster into the Nether Toxin as Dismar rolls in with the Magnetize. The Juggernaut spinning very aggressively past that tier 2 mid lane. He's got to make a hasty retreat. What, 700 gold away?
It dies in under 30
to go
seconds,
now.
Gary. It dies in under 30 seconds. Yeah, they just got the D ward on the top side too, so they don't even know if you do Roche anymore.
RP bottom. Cat has skewered in for this, kicking the tree in the back. There's a lot of heroes there surrounding Nuages, and finally they've got rid of the pesky tree who's been holding onto that bot lane.
Oh, and Minnie's like, oh, you're right. I'm a Beastmaster. I can do Roche. I forgot.
We can kill this in just a matter of seconds. They've got an arrow as well to help them out. So bottom tier 1, lift up. Buying even more time for them. But he's not throwing axes. He's so concerned about his mana pool. I can kill it without them anyway.
Wait, is there a patch where the axes don't work on Roshan anymore or something that we don't know about? Plus Mag RP, plus BKB Viper.
And a roll onto bottom does mean Nuages gets closed in on, caught up. So, unfortunately, though,
getting caught.
Dismal walks up that high ground. Good go Scepter, but the spin from Minnie. I also see Cat. Yules but no arrow. They've got a leap forward into the skewer and that jump in with the Omni Slash takes down the Magnus. The contact play. Touch and go. See someone, kill him.
They got one.
Telekinesis,
Beastmaster.
catch Beastmaster. He's got a BKB and a Roar. Viper gets caught up in it and a Wukong's command from Sexy Fat. Inside that overgrowth, trapping them. They're focusing arches as Phantom Lands are dropping low with no Doppelganger, but Greedy and Tower, the 2 casualties, trading back for Nuages, but they've slain them all 3 in a row. As Minnie, with these axes, cleaves them all apart. Now Phantom Lands, the Doppelganger to the high ground. The axe is still going.
Yeah. G-Pride, I think they really butchered their one chance to... Oh, here we go. Look at this. Beastmaster's getting gone on. Magnus is still walking from the base. He walks out a bit. Here comes the big Wukong's overgrowth. Viper's taking so much damage. Beastmaster just walks back around, doesn't care. Magnus, he jumps the guys on the left side, ignores the Beastmaster, and they're also low. But the trio just took way too much damage in that engagement.
And it's the Yules. Great silence from the Earth Spirit, but they've still got the big BKB.
He doesn't have the shard yet for the Blade Fury DPS to be significant.
And it's kind of his teamfight reset tool as well if he gets gone on. Kind of popping in and out of the fight. They do catch the Rubik, smoking out of the base. Yeah, the Mirana, Jupiter, Wukong's command. Sexy Fat thinks about it, and an Invis rune there as they do blink RP. Solo catching Monkey King. Sexy Fat dragged back in with a skewer. Beastmaster with the axes, chucking him out, but just leaving the monkey to die as the roll forces the BKB out from Mini. He's still going for it, roaring the Earth Spirit. They don't have any more follow-throughs. The arrow catches an illusion or a creep.
Won't even be significant anymore.
Yeah, I guess Juggernaut has Butterfly coming, but still a little bit weird as they find Dismar's Earth Spirit. Good force staff, RP onto the Mirana. Focus onto Jupiter, but the Moonlight Shadow there, forcing the dust, self-fuels, and multiple leaps ready. Get the Mirana out of danger around this road. There with the roar, the jump onto the Rubik, focus greedy. Take out that axe-stealing bastard as the Omni Slash, it jumps back onto the real PL. They actually catch him. They'll focus down on Darkness. The arrow is going to land into the backside of the little Catman. Now Viper struck by the Boundless Strike. Sexy Fat finds the additional kill because Tau didn't press his BKB. Throws out the Nether Toxin, but it is a disaster for G-Pride. Benny on a killing spree. Roshan alive in 20 seconds, or high ground ready to be pushed.
Very greedy by not using his telekinesis on the Mirana after the RP, allowing the Mirana to use. Then he's just standing there looking to lift. And he just
look at that. The roar, the long range arrow, and the kill onto Cat. Mini with the Essence Ring.
Can he get a kill?
He's going to get away from here. He's got the axes. The defense of the base, the wild axes of Rubik, but it's a DD Juggernaut that's just dismantled your buildings. And the long-range Primal Spring gets the Monkey King out with the base too. Leaping forward though, Monkey King under the Moonlight Shadow. Wants Dismar here with a Boundless and the leap of the Primal Spring, but he's already rolled himself up to the high ground. And look at Cat's positioning. He wants a Blink RP. He gets cleaved on by the Juggernaut, so Blink on cooldown for a sec. Move on to Viper though, he's roared and slain. Mini just picks off the mid Viper instantaneously. The RP there onto Benny's Juggernaut, but no one to follow through. Now the overgrowth and Treant holds him in place as Cat crumbles. Sexy Fat dealing with his arduous Phantom Lancer, and Benny just spins into him. You can doppelganger all you want, but Phantom Lancer's down with no buyback. A 5-man wipe for the BINOMISTAS, and it feels like the game is just about to end.
Yep. You know, tank ability on the heroes. Juggernaut has out-farmed you. You can't stay in the fight and do anything, to be fair.
You got a Demon Edge on your PL. And Treant.
Demon Edge and Aether Lens. 0 stats.
Yeah, GG called. BINOMISTAS. First series win. In a very interesting game to round it out in this best of 3.
Gary, I just saw Viper max Nether Toxin. Then
you pick Magnus, and I guess because you wanted to dissuade, you wanted to counter PL, but then you get the PL on your team, but you see a Treant on the other side. You're like, and there's a Beastmaster. You get Rubik, but it's in the off lane, and it all looks like a terrible bad trip. I don't really understand. Like, I think somewhere along the way they got lost in that draft, and they pretty much saw the Treant and they were like, okay, we can't really push any towers. Let's
say, can he be too flexible? Maybe stretched a bit too much? Might have pulled some muscles there on the side of Gorillaz Pride. I appreciate what they were going for. And I mean, for a bit there, it did kind of look like it was working. And then, I don't know, the game got a little bit funky. We had some DC, some pauses. I feel like the BINOMISTAS kind of collected themselves and just steamrolled from there.